Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to show you how to add the game capture in OBS and so also how to use the game capture in OBS. But first guys, if you want, you can go down on this video in the comment section and click on the first comment that I pinned. This will bring you to my Fiverr and here you can get a YouTube logo and banner or a modern minimalist YouTube logo and banner for your YouTube channel. But now back to the video. So first, something you always need is gonna be a scene to actually have the sources afterwards. If you don't have one, you right click, you click add scene. And here you can actually name it whatever you want and then you can click OK. And then you just simply have the scene right here. Because afterwards, we're gonna have these sources here. Now as you can see, I only have a display capture right here. Because of course I only capture tutorials, so I only need my display capture. But if you want to of course add a game capture, all you have to do is right click here. I'm gonna go to add source. And here as you can see you have quite a lot of choices. In this case we obviously want to go for game capture. Once again you can name it whatever you want, you click OK. And now here, it's going to be pretty important. First of all, you want to click on this and you're going to do capture specific window. So this will add a new drop down, as you can see. It's actually pretty important, and if you click on it, now I'm going to use Minecraft as an example. So I have Minecraft running here, Java edition, and so I just have to click on it. And sometimes Minecraft can be a bit more specific, so just in case, as you can see, the OBS team actually gives you a link in case you're running into problems with recording. And then if you go down here, you actually have capture audio. That's actually still in beta, but that is something you can do, so that it actually captures the audio as well from the game at the same time and puts that in OBS. Here are some more optional features here. Now you can do capture cursor, of course, if you want it, and use the anti-cheat. That's actually something I could advise you as well. And then here, just make sure that the color space is on RGB. And then down here, we can click OK. And as you can see, we have the game capture right here. Now it is above my display capture, so it will have a priority. And it's actually because I'm not in the game right now, so that's why you still see my display. But just know that in OBS, in the sources, and even in the scenes for that matter, if for example the game capture is above the display capture and the game will overlaps whatever you're recording here. So I'm actually going to go into the game right now, of course. And as you can see, we are in Minecraft here. So all you should see right now is the gameplay of Minecraft. Now if I go to the settings here and go to options, of course you can first do sound and music. Here above you have the master volume, the music volume, of course, of hostile mobs, other players, friendly mobs. And here, of course, is going to be the output device, so in this case, the speakers. So I just want to hear it through my headphones, which in this case is the speakers. But of course, more importantly now, if I click done here, you actually want to go to the video settings. First off, up here, you have the full screen resolution. So this is going to be like, I do of course 920 by 1080, because that's my 24-inch screen that I actually have. You could go down to 1280 by 720, but I advise to be on 920 by 1080. FPS is up to you. And then here, of course, also very important is full screen. Make sure it's on. Because if I do windowed mode here, as you can see in the recording, just in the corner right here, and it's not the right resolution because obviously it's windowed. So just why in most of the cases I would advise you to do full screen in the game in question you're playing, like this, so it actually takes up the whole screen and the full resolution. Now what you can also do, of course, you can see you have these red dots in the corner. That's where you can actually change the size and the resolution once again of the gameplay. Of course you generally don't want this, but it can actually be the case that sometimes it's so small that you can't see it, or it might actually be out of the screen right here, so the source might be just completely somewhere else. And to actually fix that, because it's a pretty important problem, so you right click on it right here and you go down to transform and you can do reset transform or fit to screen. These are both options that will make your source, in this case, if it disappeared or it's too small, you can't find it, it doesn't work. That's actually a way to put it back to the center. Just put it back in the middle and on the right, and it should be the right resolution. If you're running into that problem, do reset transform or fit to screen here. Now if you do this little eye right here, you can just hide it. I'm going to go to the settings right here. If you go to the video tab in the settings, I'm currently recording, so it's grayed out, but basically the base canvas resolution, you want to keep this on 920 by 1080. You don't want to change that. It's actually the base resolution of your screen, but you can actually change the output scaled resolution, and as I said, maybe put it lower in some cases, so you can put it to 1280 by 720 or even a bit higher, like 2 to 4K, but that's entirely up to you. And of course also things like FPS, so keep an eye on that as well in OBS itself and in the game in question, of course. And at the end of a page, make sure you click apply and OK. Now in cases where you might get a black screen or anything like that, or as we saw earlier, if you play in windowed mode, you might have a black bar underneath or just an entire black screen, but there can be multiple other reasons actually to have a black screen. Now I have a video up here in the right corner that shows you a lot of solutions to that problem in case you're running into it, so make sure to check out that video if you want. Now you have alternatives, display capture, which is the one I'm using right now. The problem with that is it will actually ask more resources, but if you feel like you have no other options, display capture is an option, but do keep in mind it's gonna, if you open another application, another window, it's gonna show as well if you use display capture. Now the second option that you have is if you right click here, we add the source again, window capture here, you can name it whatever you want and you click OK. Now this is also something that's going to ask you to select a specific window, thus of course the game in question. You might have to put it in windowed mode at times if you don't see it in the drop down. So it's an option, it's not the best option. Once again, it's also going to be more demanding than the game capture, but it's really in case if you cannot get the game in question with a game capture, just know that display capture and window capture, they are alternatives you could consider. But anyways guys, those are the basics of adding a game capture in OBS and the possible problems you could run into. So if you have any questions, leave them down below. Please leave a like, would be really nice. Subscribe would also be really nice, and hope to see you guys in the next video. Bye.